So I can't even believe it that I'm seeing some of the shit that I'm seeing now. It's bad enough that you've got 500 Democrats running for office and not a fucking one of them has a clue on how to do anything. Beto O'Rourke he's a joke. I met his wife in El Paso a couple years ago, and she's about as sharp as a bowling ball too. Oh, I speak Spanish. So what? A lot of America does. A lot of white America does. You're not Mexican. You're white. Quit pulling the Elizabeth Warren. What are you, 1,050th of a Mexican? Which brings me to that stupid bitch who's 1,025th Native American due to her DNA results or whatever. Which is kind of funny because, they're talking about, oh, well, we have the DNA of all these different people, and this is how we can tell if your DNA closely matches theirs. Listen, people. It's actually a scientific fact that all human beings share a bunch of their DNA. Whatever tree.com and this and that.com are not actually telling you anything that you don't already know. It's an interesting thing. Science has already proven we actually hold a shitload of DNA in common with gorillas. So she's probably 1,025th of a fucking gorilla too. And she paid to have this done. Actually, no, I take that back. The taxpayers did. And you fucking liberals will sit there and swallow that shit up. Like, oh my God, well, she was right. She proved Trump wrong. Yay! No. She didn't prove shit wrong. She only proved what science has already been telling us for all these years. Problem is liberals most of them don't know how to read. Most of them just choose not to. They just take what people say blindly because, they're lazy shitheads. But here's the other thing with the left. And this one really sets me off. And it is the left that's doing it. Because I don't know a single conservative, not a single conservative, that does this. And I know several conservatives who fall into the category that should be celebrating this month or week or whatever the fuck they've dedicated to the fucking gay people, or the alphabet soup, the LBGBTB, FBI, CIA, NCIS, QVC, ABC, NBC, USA, TNT crowd. Okay? It's one thing to have a day to celebrate what it is that you are. We have International Women's Day, we have Teachers Day, we have Nurses Day, we have Soldiers Day, we have Law Enforcement Day, we have First Responders Day. Christ, I'm pretty sure somewhere we have a day for, sociopaths. We probably have Child Molesters Day. But this pride thing has just, it eats up every fucking thing that everybody's doing. It's like, who cares? So I'm going to break it down for you. I asked the question, you guys have your, Queer Pride Day? Why can't we have Straight Pride? And someone told me, well, you don't have to be worried about getting killed because you're straight. Au contraire. I have to worry about getting killed for a lot of different things. Is being straight the specific reason? I don't know. I don't pretend to know what goes on in other people's minds. I know I've been harassed by homosexuals. Told them that I was straight, and they told me that, no, everybody's queer, they just don't know it yet. And when I told them, listen, I am not, nor will I ever be a faggot, because it's just not how I'm built, deal with it, they got all defensive. And this was after about 15, 20 minutes of them barraging me. So I'm just going to tell you that the harassment and shit goes both ways on that front. Lesbians, same fucking thing. Which is just another term for being gay. Will come into my place of business and harass the straight women. Oh, baby, you don't know what you're missing. I know this because they harassed a woman who I'm good friends with, who has at no point in her life ever thought that she was even curious. They got all these fucking not acronyms, but adjectives for what these people are. Lesbian, gay, straight, bi, questioning. Well, I think curious falls in there somewhere too. Trans. Listen, There's two genders, okay? That's it, male and female. I don't care what people claim the Native Americans said they had before the white people came over and influenced them. Because I'm going to tell you right now, that would be one very small sample set. Because guess what? African tribes, there was only two genders. There was men, there was women. There was no men who thought they were women or women who thought they were men. But let's just assume for 1 second that that's even the case. That only puts you at 4. There's trans women, trans men, men and women. That means 4. So where are they coming up with the rest of this bullshit? This pride thing has gotten fucking out of hand. Every fucking retailer out there, we're going to put up a rainbow flag. I know a business that has personally, the owner's spouse is a veteran, and they have 2 veteran employees and another employee who also happens to be a gay man, but whose parent is retired military. Not one time since I have been associated with this place have they flown the American flag, the POW flag, a service flag outside of this establishment. But they were real quick to put up the fag flag when this whole pride crap started. My hometown, Winchester, Virginia, is having their whole pride fest, and they got all these trannies and shit. They're going to have an after party, and they got AIDS awareness response effort, whatever the fuck it is. ARE is what it's called. Going to do free AIDS and hepatitis testing. It's turning into fucking Sodom and Gomorrah. But the worst part of it, and this is why I chose to make a video, is that I saw today at Veterans Memorial Park in Maryland, they have taken down, at the Veterans Memorial Park, they have taken down the Prisoner of War Missing in Action flag, or PALMIA flag as most people will refer to it, and replaced it with that fucking rainbow flag. Just like those bunch of bull queers, a year or so ago, tried to remake the Iwo Memorial with what looks like the fucking Village People hoisting a goddamn rainbow flag. Let me tell you something. Yes, there have always been gay people in the military. I knew several in my time in the military. And none of them, at any point, gave a rat's flying fuck about expressing their queerness to anyone else, be they in the service or civilians. They didn't care. How do I know this? Because I was friends with several homosexuals while I was in the military, and it was in the time of don't ask, don't tell. 2 of them were under my charge, and they were a couple, and I knew it, and I didn't report them because they were good at their jobs, because I didn't give a shit what you do behind closed doors, as should no one. Just like I expect that gay people shouldn't care what I do behind closed doors. The problem is that the heterosexual white male conservatives like myself, and I'm not talking about the far right-wing crazies, I'm talking about the normal, run-of-the-mill, heterosexual, white male conservatives, white female conservatives, do not care what you do behind closed doors. But you care what we do, because you will sit there and you will belt it out loud, because you're down to fuck anything and everything that walks. It's disgusting. And that's why you have to have AIDS testing and all that other kind of shit. People say, oh, well, STDs are more rampant in the heterosexual community. Yeah, and the young millennials and the liberals who go and take the drugs and will stick their dick in anything move, or the crackheads who also vote Democrat because the laws that are being made to make safe injection sites and stuff are made by the Democrats. It's sickening. It's gone too fucking far. Now they are intruding. Not only are they trying to force their lifestyle on other people and force other people to accept their lifestyle, their personal choice, their personal lifestyle. Now they're trying to push it into national parks. It wasn't that long ago the liberals were crying out about the rebel flag being flown over Civil War historical sites. They were also crying about it being flown other places, and I agreed with that. Confederate flag shouldn't fly over government state houses and such, but it should fly at Confederate memorial sites and cemeteries. And that's where it should be limited to. Just like the queer flag should not be intruding upon military veterans memorial parks and cemeteries. It should not fly over any state house. It should not be a national symbol for anything other than you're a queer. If you disagree with me, That's your right, obviously. But there is no justification for any argument that what they did in Maryland is even close to being right. And there's no justification for trying to force your lifestyle, be you gay, straight, or that thing where some bitch chokes you and tinkles on a balloon. You should not be allowed to force your lifestyle on anybody else. And that's exactly what the liberals are doing. And that's exactly what they want to do. Why? Because they're still triggered that they couldn't win the White House with that murdering cunt, Hillary Clinton, and that Donald Trump won.